everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 5. On the last episode, it was a little bit interesting what we did, so, just go look for that and watch that if you want to know more. But anyhow, in this episode, we are going to be hopefully fully creating the perimeter for the Quad Witch Hut farm over here. As you can see, I have the schematic for the World Eater itself placed down. But I've also been doing a bit of work in between episodes to prepare for the actual trenching. And, obviously to do that, I've laid down a lot of sand around the outside. So, well, that means the first thing that we have to do is, well, actually make the trenches. So yeah, guess I'll start with that. Alright then. I've got the TNT duper for the first side trench here ready to go. Now I'm not setting it up as automated, as I happen to know there's going to be, well, one thing's going to need to be moved down at least once. And two, I happen to know that there is going to be some waterlogged caves and crap that we're going to have to deal with. So, I think we just set it off. Oh, actually, got to put in the minecart, set it off. Yeah, and then we should be good. I should get up the trapdoors to set it off too. But yeah, okay. So, alright, after the first pass, you can see that it has actually gone quite far down through all the sand and not that far down through all the other stuff. But more importantly, it did in fact breach these walls. So see, I went pretty far out. Like, I did some testing in creative mode and I just found that 9 blocks was enough in Delete creative mode to prevent the TNT duper from actually breaching the walls, but apparently that was nowhere near enough right here. So yeah, hopefully it just doesn't breach this wall again and we are good. But yeah, there are a couple other places where this is the case, and so yeah, I'll just run this thing down until this TNT duper is no longer useful, and then I guess we'll move it down and see what new challenges await us. Woo! Alright, part 1 of this trench has been completed, which is the full utilization of this TNT duper. And as you can see, it's kind of quite far down here, all the way to Y-4, I believe. There were a couple really large caves that were waterlogged, so that was annoying. Wait, diamonds? Oh, diamonds. And unrelated news to that, though, both the stems on my control keycaps are broken, so yeah, that's a little bit of a pain, but anyhow, these are regular diamond doors. Well, ooh, that's super valuable. Anyway, yeah, now we gotta lower the TNT duper down to get this all the way down to bedrock. Crazy to think that this would have been the bottom before 1.18. Anyhow, alright, the first trench has been completed. Boy, that is scary to do. So yeah, now I'm gonna go over to the other side of the perimeter and flounder around on the other trench for a while. Yay! Alright, the second trench has basically been finished here, and this trench, because I was actually looking out for this time, has netted me quite a bit of diamonds, and oh yeah, I retextured them to make them easier to spot. But yeah, I've gotten 1 stack and 36 diamond ore just from the bottom portions of this trench alone, because I did put some away earlier, just to keep them safe. And combining that with what I scalped out of the other trench, I have gotten over exactly 2.5 stacks of deep slate diamonds, as well as 12 normal diamond ore. That's as valuable, as well as these diamonds, which some of them I just had in my ender chest already, so that's kind of hard to tell. Anyhow, that's this trench done. Now let's get on to building the bigger ones. Alright, I've set up the flying machines for the first wide trench here, and I seem to recall that 4 was a good amount, although I'm not entirely sure, but I hope it is. I've hopefully synchronized them all so we don't get issues with them blowing each other up or anything like that. And yeah, let's launch them and get this next trench going. And hey, maybe I'll make a whole another 2 stacks of diamonds from this trench. Okay, so yeah, all the flying machines got kind of blown up almost all the way across, and now I have to rebuild all of them. This is a sad time. Oh my gosh, I am glad I checked the chests in this dungeon. Gosh, that's so rare. I tried to find that last season and oh my gosh. I didn't get it again. But okay, that is quite valuable. I have to go put that one away. Alright, the southern trench has been completed here. I probably do need to trim off a bit of stuff on the walls because this is probably going to mess up the World Eater. But, you know, besides that, you know, little stuff. Anyhow, this is the diamonds that I pulled out of this trench, and I can't tell if this is more or less than what I got, but it doesn't really matter because it's still a lot. Alright, time to get started on the last trench, that being the northern trench, as I'm flying through. As you can see, got it basically already here, so yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, sit these guys off, and then I guess we'll have to deal with all the water that is on this side of the perimeter, because, man, these waterlogged caves have been a pain in the frickin' ass for a good chunk of this time. Okay, so I just went to check a chest. This chest in this dungeon, which is on like the other side of the perimeter from the last dungeon I checked, and I am getting lucky in this episode. Maybe that luck will continue into a never having to reload a backup run of the World Eater. And I also got 4 messages on Discord saying I won a crypto giveaway. Ooh! Alright, the trenches are completed. And for the bottom half, mind you, that is just like the second after I moved the machines down of the northern trench, I got this many diamonds. Yeah. And these, in case you forgot, these are deep slate diamond ore. I just retextured them. And combine that with what I got from the top part, which was, you know, above most of the diamond layer, which is this. That is well over 3.5 stacks of diamond ore. That is quite impressive. So, totaling that up with the other trenches that I dug, there are now, this is all the diamond ore I have. So down here is what I have before these trenches, and up here is what I have after all the trenches. As you can see, this is a lot of diamond ore. And mind you, this isn't all the diamond ore there's there. I saw a lot get blown up by the TNT dupers before I could get to it. So this is quite impressive. The first leg of the World Eater, I guess you could say, has been completed, and that is the sweepers, and I guess sweeper pushdown statement, on the southern side of the machine. This is by far, I think, the easiest section to build, so yeah, now we're going to advance to the upper section of the south side. Bit more complicated stuff. And the first half of the World Eater has been completed. Oh boy. Now for the other side, which doesn't have as many blocks to place, but is still kind of difficult because I can no longer step on the blocks that I have to place. And I guess I should also remove this platform first. So yeah, this is weird. There's just a piston head here, despite the fact that there is no piston here. Yeah, this is very confusing. I don't know how this happened. I don't think I'm lagging either. Hold on, let's check. No, I'm not lagging. No idea what's going on here. Alright, the sweeper return stations on the northern side have been completed. And the World Eater itself is completed. You can see my scaffolding block still residing on top of this. Despite the fact that the World Eater is complete, that means it's not yet time to run, as we have to do a few things, like probably figure out where exactly I should AFK, but also I have to check this area to make sure there's no show-stopping things that are lurking underground here, because there will be even if I do check. But I'm gonna probably take a little bit longer to run this, just, you know, slow down a little bit, you know, once I get down there, you know, run it a couple layers by a couple layers maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so I have, I think, done whatever preparation I'm going to do for now, at least, for the World Eater. And just to quickly show what I've done, I've made this tower of blocks that has a gap in between each and every one that tells me where it is okay to place a redstone block like that one to stop the World Eater. Because as you may notice, I have placed this halfway down, or just about, so that it'll stop before it actually reaches the deep slate layer, because I actually do have some stuff to take care of in the deep slate layer that I didn't want to do now because it's going to take hours to get there. I've likewise done the same thing on the other side just in case it is necessary to stop it over there because I spot something that is amiss. Also, in the center, I have put this marker here, which indicates the, at least X/Z location, at which I should be AFKing as perimeter in order for all the witch huts to be properly within despawn range. So, all that being said, I think that I am ready to start this thing, so hold up, let me just make sure that my alt account is ready to get recording a replay, and then we will get going. Alright then, with that backup completed, it is now time to launch the World Eater. Let's time-lapse this first segment. And hopefully the server doesn't end up lagging out when I do this! Alright, I'm now going to turn off my sounds. Alright, so we have had the first failure of the World Eater, and it wasn't even that far down, as you can see. It's, well, actually, it got a decent ways. As you can see, all the witch huts and stuff are gone, but I was able to successfully avoid one failure of the machine due to obsidian that formed somewhere around here, but I was not, unfortunately, able to find this one, primarily due to the fact that it's so far away from the center, because obviously when a lot of stuff is changing, Minecraft doesn't really like to update the farther away blocks all that often. So on my alt account, also there's this one right here, on my alt account I wasn't able to actually see anything like this. So yeah, now I'm gonna have to go load a backup. Yep, time to load a backup and fix these things. On my second attempt to run the World Eater, we have so far gotten down to about y equals 12. which last season was basically all the way down. But this season we are of course going to the new bedrock, which is all the way down here. However, the reason why I stopped here is specifically because, well, two reasons. For one, after this layer, diamonds start to become more and more common, so obviously I'm going to want to pick them up. And the second reason is the amount of lava that exists beneath this point starts to also increase a lot, which means obsidian, which means bad days. Another thing that I have to deal with is this right here, where there's a giant lava filled cave here, separated from a waterlogged cave by 1 or 2 blocks. Now, this is a problem because when the flying machines bomb out this area, they'll remove these 2 blocks. Then before the sweepers can come along, it'll reform into cobblestone, or maybe this lava will get turned into obsidian or something, which is not good because then that means that the sweepers will get stuck and then exploded. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to raid a couple ocean monuments to get a bunch of sponges and then clear out this cave and maybe some others in the area. Yeah.
Ooh, I appear to have missed a diamond here. Oh, and it was only 1. Sad. Anyhow, I have gathered a bunch of sponges from a few ocean monuments. One of them even had 3 sponge rooms, so that was a big help. And so now we can hopefully... Ooh, some rock copper. Anyhow, so now we can hopefully tackle that cave, which is somewhere around here underground. So I guess I'll just dig straight down and, this was not the cave I was looking for. Aha, I have located this cave, and I'm just cautiously making my way around the outside of this lava. I guess I can cut up here a little bit. Because, you know, don't really want to die down here. Getting back here would be actually quite hard. So yeah, now I gotta clear out a lot of this murky water here. Hey, don't kill each other. Okay, I completely forgot about this. It's you're a spoil sport, you know that? But yeah, it's Halloween. I forgot about that. So yeah, of course mobs are gonna randomly have pumpkins on their head. That's something that you don't see in Minecraft every day. Alright then, I believe I am ready to start moving the world eater again, although I suppose I should make a backup before I do that. So I will do that, but I have put in a stopper a little ways down so that we can check this area for potential hazards and of course diamonds. So yeah, I'm probably not going to do much more time-lapsing as it's going to be a lot of stop and go, but yeah, let's get a move on with the world eater.
Alright, I have driven this thing down quite far here to the point where it's about to start running into all this lava. So yeah, now I gotta spend like 7 years actually mining out all this obsidian. I said lava earlier, I meant obsidian. Anyhow, time to get swinging the pickaxe, I guess. A lot of painful mining later, and I have removed all the obsidian. Finally, that took, well, I mean, it took a while. It's obsidian. What are you gonna do? Anyhow, we only have a few more layers to go, and apparently there are 7 stacks of diamond ore still left in these last, like, 5 layers. So that's gonna be interesting. So anyhow, let's get to it. And it's done! Only took like 3 days to actually run it, so man, it took longer to actually make the trenches for this thing than it took to actually run it, which I think is a new record for me of how quickly I've run. It only took me 1 reset early on, so that was good, and yeah. Now I have a giant hole where 4 witch farms will soon reside, so I guess we gotta do that next. From running the world, you got this many diamonds. That is a lot. And from doing the trenches, we got all the stuff on the top of this barrel here. The bottom of this barrel is everything I had before the perimeter. So yeah, I'd say we made out with a lot of diamonds. That totals 35 stacks of diamond ore, plus a little extra on top of that. Now, that is equivalent to approximately over 8.5 stacks of diamonds blocks if they were fortuned up. So yeah, I'd say we made off pretty well. Oh, and of course we can't forget the 2 other side discs that I found during that whole expedition.
Alright, I have gathered the materials to build the witch farms here, and it's a bit more stuff than I was originally anticipating. So that's great. Anyhow, yeah, let's get into another time lapse of me building up the witch farms.
Now that all 4 farms have been completed, we need to actually put in the AFK location here. Well, because there's very few spaces that will actually satisfy all of these things being within the despawn range. So yeah, I think I've calculated that point. It's somewhere here in the center, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, I have built the AFK platform here, which is as calculated, very centrally located. And as you can see, it is in fact working. So can we get something over there? Or over there? Hey, there's one. There it is. Okay, yes. So this is working, but I don't have a collection system here. Anyhow, guys, this has been all done in one episode in like less than 2 weeks, which is quite insane for me. I don't think I've ever finished an entire perimeter that fast, so with that being said, I'm going to have to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my game, which I worked on a bit this week, but probably won't have an update for another couple weeks, which is linked in the description. And I will see you all in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 5. Bye!